Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Carrie's Musings. I'm Carrie. Glad to have you with me. How's everybody doing this beautiful Saturday night? I was going to do it earlier with the sunset. Nice sunset, but rain was intermixed with it. So I didn't know whether it would rain or not. So I didn't take my cameras out. But glad to have everybody here. Hi, Carol. How you doing tonight? Glad to have you with me. If somebody wants to jump in and talk with me a bit, I put the share up there. Hey, Fry, how you doing? Good to have you. Been a wonderful day today. Wonderful day today. I wish I could have got the sunrise. If I'd known it would rain only what little bit it did, I would have. But I took a little nap, which probably did me a lot more good than the sunset. Get me ready for talking tonight. Hi there, Facebook user. Can you see it straight? Yeah, I believe you can see it straight on. Let me get my other source of see what I look like here. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Yep. Don't mess with these alligators down here. That was from Willie. Let me get right now. Montoy. Oh, never mind. M-A-T. Montanique. He's running for District 10 here in Florida. Nice fella. Met him Saturday. I had seen him before. I watch Will Johnson all the time, and Will Johnson's had him on when he was here at CPAC last year, and that's where I first saw Willie. But I've seen him around Florida. But fine Christian young man. If you watch my stream from Saturday, watch his speech. He lit everybody on fire. Hey Aruba, hi Sean. Glad you guys could be with me. Montanique, you got it, Aruba. Montanique, but he's my guy now. Got his hat. I'm gonna wear it proud. Don't tread on me. Nope. Don't tread on me. I was talking to a fella today, talking about, we all say, don't buy anything from China. We make signs up, billboards up, when, but do not buy in China. And you turn that doggone cardboard around. What's it say? Made in China. Go figure, right? Did everybody see what happened here in Florida this morning, about 4 o'clock this morning? Any ideas out there? Anybody? Any ideas? Howdy 2T Mini Pearl. Howdy Mini Pearl. You got the tags too, Mini? I hope so. Mini Pearl was awesome. Mini Pearl was awesome. Nobody yet? Well, anyway, in Florida this morning, about 4 o'clock, there was a 45-second light stream across the sky. I mean, it was straight across, horizontal. And they couldn't figure out where it was, and they checked with everybody. Finally discovered that China had set off a rocket yesterday, and it just barely made entry into the space, and then it turned around and crashed back, landed unguided towards Earth. Well, it's right off the coast of Florida. To me, I don't know. I smell a rat. They made their goal. They shot it over the U.S. What say you? You think the same? Earthquake? No, it wasn't an earthquake. It was a rocket re-entering with an uncontrolled re-entry. So they said. Yeah, at least it was within 50 miles of our coast. I mean, it was right there. Sounds suspicious to me. I wish I was up at the time, but I didn't think anything about it. Saw her about an hour later. So, oh man, I don't think we could see South Florida from here, but you never know. You never know. Might have. That is really suspicious to me. And I don't know whether I can bring it up or not. I'm going to try. Let's see here. I got to learn StreamYard. I'm learning. Now. learned the face cloth. Face cloth. Where's face cloth? Okay. See all saved. Come on. High speed internet. All kinds of memory in my computer. It's still slow. What's up with that? Well, now I can't find what I want. Where's the saved? There we go. Now go here. Okay, I'll get it. Share the screen. Oop, I want window. Oh, come on, I want. There we go. Now you see this here is pro-Trump protester. Ray Epps seeks retraction of conspiracy theory from Tucker Carlson. There he is himself. Ray Epps want a retraction. Go out and cause all that trouble. Disappears. And you see how they write it? NBC writes it? Pro-Trump protester. Let me see how this looks on here. Hopefully it came up. Stop sharing. Oh boy. Oh yeah, it's there. Very good. Very good. That is ridiculous. Hi, Red Cactus. Casey, if I haven't said Annie S. How are you guys? Oh, I got my collar sticking straight up in the back. Straight up in the back. Red, that was very good today. I enjoyed every minute of it, even though I did get on late again. I don't know why I can't get that time zone difference. I know it's weird. Hey, Charlene, how you doing? How was your week? Was it busy? I didn't get any calls, so I don't know. So did you have a good time, Red? Come on in and tell us about it. You didn't talk too much there. If you can, that'd be interesting. I love those rails they had. What was it? My friend said a rail with a skateboard on the end of it. No retraction. You got it. No retraction. He doesn't deserve it. He needs prison more than any of them. He needs prison most of all because he is the instigator. He is the man. And it all rides on his shoulders as far as I'm concerned. Hey, there we go. Hi there. Red Cacti. Glad to have you.
Hi, everyone. How's everyone today?
I'm doing good. Did you have fun?
I did. I had a wonderful time.
That was amazing. I love the way they put those cars in the haulers. They are to precision.
Aren't they neat? The way they're up so high like that. Yeah. Yeah, that was a trip.
Everything they need for that trip was in that truck.
Yeah, exactly.
In duplicate.
Yeah.
In duplicate. It's amazing to watch those guys work.
I know it. They're so quick. They're so efficient. Yeah. Hey, Fry.
I used to do it a lot, not for drag racing, but for NASCAR.
Uh-huh.
And that was an experience. I mean, it's
I bet.
practically the same.
Yeah, I bet. Well,
But
we got there super early when the gates opened. We got there, and all the walking around I did, and the showing of the cars was great because I had plenty of cell service then. But when it came time for the racing, down in the track area, for some reason the cell service was horrible, and we just couldn't. I couldn't live stream. It kept buffering and it kept dropping. And so I had to do 2 different live streams. And then I finally gave up and I did about a 20-minute video. And I've got to edit that and I'll put that up.
Very good.
So
Yeah, I watched it. I watched it afterwards. There wasn't hardly any buffering, when I watched it later.
Oh,
it was pretty good.
Okay. Well, that's
a little bit here and there, but not bad. But yeah, those events like that, I found that like when we were in Daytona, when we went to the Daytona race for NASCAR, they have cell signal boosters sitting around everywhere, So there wasn't too much problem there. But at Bike Week, they didn't have the cell signal boosters out. I didn't see none anywhere.
They didn't do, here's the thing. They didn't do much of anything extra for this race, even though it was the first one of the season for NHRA and the very last race at that track.
Wow. And you'd think they would do it up good.
You'd think they would have done a heck of a lot more than they did. And they didn't even prepare the surface of the track before they started going down yesterday. They didn't even do that part. It's like, really? You guys invited all these guys to race and you're not ensuring that, the track is safe?
Right.
So, yeah, not too thrilled about that. But it's whatever. We had a great time.
Good family outing.
Good family outing. My family was not shy at all to be on camera. That was really funny. I had no idea. I had no clue. But that was great.
That would be, my family gathering would be a lot bigger, about 5 or 6 more, but it would be about like that.
Yeah.
Be crazy.
Yeah, that was just the small of us. My brother that you saw has a daughter and a son. And the daughter was actually down in Tucson here today for the air show. And his son is getting ready to move from North Carolina back to Washington State with my parents. So, yeah, there would have been more of us. And then if you'd had all of us, it probably would have been about, 45, 50 people. But, yeah, no, it was good. It was great. I got one heck of a sunburn. I sent Fry TV a picture of my sunburn. My face is lobster red.
Put it on your page on the community section.
Oh, I will. I'll show everybody how much of a sunburn I got. It's horrible.
I know. I got a couple burns in the last month. Pretty good. Yeah. But we have this weekend. We have the big Sun and Fun fly-in right down the street here.
Oh, cool!
All the planes are flying in and out.
Mm-hmm.
They have all kinds of different planes. They have, I think, the Thunderbirds are there, and the Blue Angels. But I've heard them all day flying over here and there.
Yeah, we had an air show here today. So I'm not sure who was here, but that's what my niece was attending because she went to the races yesterday when we weren't there. So yeah, it was pretty
I wanted
neat.
to go, but the tickets were like $40, $45 a day.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Especially when it's like a national event, the prices just go sky high.
Right.
It's
Then you
crazy.
reserve your park. You reserve your parking. I can imagine what it is seeing the other parking prices around the state. Wow. Yeah.
I bet. I bet. Yeah, today for the NHRA event, we had free parking.
Good. Yeah.
I was shocked. Yeah.
Yeah. You said that. You did say that. You had free parking and free
Yeah, I was
pits.
really surprised. Like thank you. That was nice. It was
For sure.
expensive enough to get in,
Uh-huh.
and drive up there, the travel and the gas and the whole thing. So, but it was worth it. Absolutely worth it.
And let
Loved it.
me let me tell Hot Damn High and Cindy
Sure.
Jackson Grub. See that Fry was on, High Fry and everybody. Yep. Got 12 people on. If you want to come on and talk to Cactus tonight, come on. We just talk about everything, whatever tickles our fancies.
Well, I'm actually going to jump back off because I
Go
just
back
sat
off.
down. I just sat down to eat dinner,
Oh,
and
okay.
you're
Give
like,
me
"Come on
back
up and talk about it." It's like, "I'll come up and talk about it," but I got to jump back down because I'm eating. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
no
Okay.
offense.
Well, good talking to you, and that was a great video. I loved it.
Thank you.
Every minute. Every minute.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And I'll be back on tomorrow morning for my sunrise too.
Okay.
So, okay.
Hopefully, I get the time. What time is it? 9:30 your time?
I start at 6, so that's 9 o'clock for you.
9 o'clock my time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking
All
it
right,
was 3
y'all.
hours, but
I'll be in the chat though.
okay. Good enough.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Bye. Anybody else do anything interesting today they want to talk about? We got all kinds of things going on. Let me see my oh, here's the video for the let me present, share screen. Okay, come up. Well, that's loading. Let me do this. Make sure. See where I'm coming from. Okay.
70,777. The number of degrees and certificates earned at FSW over the last 60 years. The next 207 ways FSW opportunities for all of Southwest Florida.
In the sky this morning, lots of viewers sent us videos of what looked like a big streak of light. This was just after 4:30. It wasn't a shooting star. So what was it? We sent NBC2's Madison Adams to find out.
The cluster of glowing objects in the sky caught a lot of people's attention. And although we may have seen the same thing, the people who I talked to today all had very different opinions of what it was.
Looked like asteroid.
Meteorites.
Asteroid.
The big glow was spotted around 4 a.m. this morning. Viewers flooded NBC2 with videos, some even showing the phenomenon lasting around 45 seconds.
I still think it's a part of a Chinese spy balloon breaking up.
It's a plane. I think it was a drone.
Like an
Superman.
asteroid.
It wasn't an asteroid, meteor, or spy balloon, and the objects were too far away to be airplanes or drones. But an expert at the Calusa Nature Center and Planetarium tells me it may have had something to do with China.
Oh my. Well, the Chinese launched a satellite. They did that last burn with their fourth stage rocket, and unfortunately, it made what's called an uncontrolled re-entry over Florida. It was coming back down after having launched a satellite.
Astronomer Jonathan McDowell agreed. He tweeted that the big glow was created by leftovers from a rocket launch burning up as it re-entered Earth's atmosphere.
kind of glad it didn't land on somebody.
Preston says that the last time a Chinese rocket had uncontrolled re-entry was last year in November and July.
They wouldn't have done it on purpose. It's really too
No,
stupid to do on purpose. You don't want to bring it down over somebody else's country. They tend to get irate if you do.
We've reached out to NASA to find out more information, and we'll let you know when we hear back. I'm local in Fort Myers, Madison Adams, NBC2.
So, what do you think? Here we go again. Good evening, Jethro. Chaplain Jethro. I got a package from you today. Thank you very much. Very nice. Very nice. Going to come in helpful. And you're welcome to come on as always. But this is some of the things that we're dealing with here now. And all these headlines: disturbing, FBI alleged altering of evidence in January 6 Proud Boys case, trial paused, defense lawyer, conservative news. And we had, on top of that we had yesterday, we had a warship supposedly went to Chinese waters. And now this happens. They said they were going to retaliate. I wonder. We got to keep up with this stuff. We got to make sure we try to keep ourselves safe somehow. So our government quit doing all this craziness. It's ridiculous. I heard somebody today say that if you didn't like what's online on YouTube, turn it off. Well, yeah, we can turn them off. We can sure turn them off. A lot of people out there trying to cause problems and frictions. And that's what we need to do, turn them off. Because if you see it, they have like a half a dozen likes, 300 viewers. So they're getting the viewers for the shock value and getting the viewership out of it, making them look popular, even though they aren't. But we need to get out and talk about our stuff with the same pride, same conviction, the same ferocity. Get out there and tell them, heck no, we're not done. We're not even started. That's why we're not done. We're not started. We need to get started. I'm telling you, for God and country, both. God first, country second. But they go hand in hand. This is God's country. It is God's country. Because everybody runs when you talk about God. They run for the hills. The demons start screaming. Oh, there ain't no such thing. And they scream out loud. I think I heard about that too, Aruba. A lot of strange stuff in the skies here lately. We shoot, who knows what's going on? Who knows what they're trying? Who knows what? Yeah, it amazes me. I mean, back in the 60s, there was a rush of UFO sightings. I caught one on an old Kodak camera. What they call the land camera. You had the film in, but it didn't come out too good, so it wasn't any help. But there was a lot of lights in the sky back then. It looks like it's on the increase again. On the increase again. I missed something. It's not the quantity, it's the quality. Oh, you're exactly right, Chaplain. Exactly right. I see it now. That's right. It's how you talk about things and how we do things and how you live your life that shows people. If you're an empty vessel, they ain't gonna be there long. If you're genuine, they'll come eventually. Might take some time, might take some effort, but they will come. It just gets frustrating to see, the stuff, the Jerry Springer like lifestyle that people seem to come in after droves, but it's hollow. It goes away. It doesn't stick with you. You don't think about it. You just see it and forget it. It's just the way it is. And we've got to put our minds to watching what we follow, watching it fully, not jump in and out, but watch other live streamers, watch their full content, the ones that you like, and like what they say. Who knows what you'll miss by going in and out in the 90-second YouTube and TikTok mentality. We move in too quick. I go to a lot of different sites and watch and listen, but I try to spend enough time where I can get the gist of what's going on, whether it's good or bad, either one. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. And that's what I do. I don't really have any enemies. I dislike some of the things people do, but I don't call them enemies for it, because we're all in this fight together. All in this fight, whether they're fighting the wrong way or not, we're all in the fight. And we got to take it head on. We got to do our thing and let our voices be heard. If not, we're going to be in a world of trouble. It's just the way it is. And so much is going on. People talking about the drag queen shows. Well, drag queens don't strip. They take too long to put their stuff on. They don't want to strip it off. It's not the idea of stripping. It's the undulations and the movements they make towards the children when they do it, rubbing their body parts close to their faces and right at face level. And it's sick. It takes a sick individual to do it, let alone say it's okay to do it. I mean, what they do with adults is fine. Adults can go and watch it all they want. They've lived long enough. They're entitled to whatever they want to do, but don't involve our kids in it, period, at all. If you think about it, it's so sad. I mean, there's a lot of fetishes out there, and that's a big one. Since the world was made, been men dressing up as women, acting the fool, but it's always been considered a perversion. Always has been considered that way. Up until recently, it's been normalized. It wasn't never normalized before, but everybody just off in the backside. They knew what it was and called it like it was. Now, those days are over. We had to tread softly, but carry the big stick. Weed those jokers out. If they want to do it in front of kids, whack-a-mole them. Get rid of them. Protest them. Let them know that they're not wanted. Plain and simple. And there's only one person can do it. Us. All together. One person. All of us. If you agree, say aye. Opposed? Okay. I don't see it. Oh, right. Right. Okay. Everybody remember Wolfman Jack? Anybody watched him in his life? Used to love that guy. Oh, Wolfman, I tried to imitate him. Got it pretty close there for a while. But it is hard on the voice. Hard on the voice. Wolfman was wonderful. Oh, I heard somebody else try to imitate him a while back. Who was it? Oh, it must have been Mags. I think it was Mags. Is he around tonight? I haven't seen him. Anybody got any thoughts online? In the chat? What can we do to make our world great again? What can we do? We've heard theories. We've heard thoughts. We've heard a lot of things. We've seen groups come. We've seen them go. What is going on? Is it us? Well, of course it's us. Why aren't we doing it? I just don't know. We're afraid. We can't be afraid anymore. We can't let what they're doing in D.C. now dissuade us from doing anything. We have to get out there in a peaceful way and do our thing in numbers. I don't understand, Annie, what you mean by this. Do you think the live streaming freedom message is not a good idea? I think it's a fantastic idea. The drama distraction is getting in the way of the freedom message. If you're talking about the ones out trying to put us down, yes, it is. And we need to get out from under that and forget about it and do our thing. I think that's what you're meaning. We need to do our thing. Let it be known where we stand, how we stand, and have things going on daily, not weekly, daily, in some way or another. There's a lot of streams out there that I've been finding that I never knew existed. There's all kinds of streams of people doing it. Somehow we need to get a centralized unity, a focal point, like they used to at the TPC, where the live streamers were on daily. They could post it on the page and you can go right to it. Well, that's not there anymore. The closest thing we have is Tommy Temper, and he does a fantastic job of getting streamers out there and getting their word out and getting it together. I love what he's doing out there. I love it. And I'll support him 100%. And he's a good patriot. He's from Canada, but he's still a patriot. And can't say nothing bad about that, but we need somehow, some way to centralize our effort so we can have unity. And that's going to take help. That's going to take volunteers. That's going to take people that have time to do it. If you're not doing nothing but sitting behind the keyboard, that'd be a fantastic thing. Get something together, and everybody try to get some kind of schedule or what have you of events, streams, you name it, coming up. There are a few to try, but like I say, it is hard. It's hard to get everything together to do it. They're going to take dedication and a lot of time. But if you're up to it, please do it. We all need help out there in all sorts of ways. I mean, in any way you can help. Help us get this message across because it's that important. If we don't get her done, our inheritance is gone. Our grandchildren and great-grandchildren will live a life of slavery. Masters will be the government, telling them what to do, how to do it, and how high to shovel. Is that what we want for them? Is that what we spent the past 200 plus years creating? I don't think so. I don't think any of us would want that. But right now we're in a spot where nobody wants to believe what's going on. Nobody wants to take the idea that it's happening. They think, oh, it can't happen. We won't let it happen. It won't happen. Well, every day something else happens and another one of our freedoms is gone. Gone. You can't get it back. Once they take something off the books, you can't get it back. It's hard. It's just like term limits. The only way to get term limits in Congress is to have a convention of states. But if you open the convention of states, that opens a whole new ball of worms. Because they can come and do other things that we might not like. Things that they've been wanting to do themselves for a long time. That may be just as bad. If you think about it, it's going to be a tough road to hoe. I mean, no ifs, ands, or buts. It is going to be hard. And I'm not going to say impossible, because all things are possible with God. But we have to do it. We have to get out there and work our tails off and do our thing every day, showing people what to do and how to do it. Which brings another point up that we have to really know what we're doing in our unity. We have to have people that with the knowledge that knows what we need to do and what we need to accomplish. So take notes. Let everybody know. Help all these groups out there. Get to know the people. People like Willie here. Be a bang up representative for the state of Florida. His talk the other night, Saturday night, was awesome. If you didn't watch it, you had to go back and watch it. It was totally awesome. And we need a lot more in every state, every city, all across this country. But we need more like that. A lot. We need a lot. Aruba, did your pictures turn out good? You need to post them too if they're good. get our evidence out there. What's going on across our air? Thank you, Casey. Now, some of you, I know some of you guys are talkers. I see you in other channels. Come on in, help me out. Let's get this evening going. Let's have a good discussion here. Get some ideas stimulated, what we can do and how we can do it. I or Aruba or Kentucky or anybody, Charlene, we all can't do it alone. We have to band together, bring all of our like minds together, and figure out a way to get her done. That's what gets me the most is I can say the same things over and over and over till maybe it sticks on the wall. But to me, it gets boring, because I'm saying the same thing. I don't want to say the same thing. I want to get things done. So any help me get through this is appreciated. We need everybody out there talking, everybody out there getting the message across. And somebody might have a better idea than me as far as getting the message across, because I am definitely not a public speaker. Sometimes not even private, but I try. I learned from my wife. She talked all the time, and my granddaughters took right after her. Never be quiet, which is a blessing, really, blessing. I look back and wish I could talk like that, but no, I'm just slow meandering. They say I can't say the Mountain William. I heard somebody got kicked for that. That's pathetic too, because I am a Mountain William. No, I'm not. 1776 is just a portion of them. We have people everywhere. We have groups everywhere. That's what I'm saying. We need to band together. Forget the labels. Forget the titles, and create a unity to get along and get our message out there and be told. I participate with 1776, and I participate with other groups around Florida. A lot of them here have basically disappeared. I can't find them anymore. I don't know what happened. But we do not have to put our allegiance behind one group. We can't do that. We cannot do that. We have to stand united. That's what I'm trying to say. We have to get over this group part. It's not a group. It's the whole country. It's everybody in the country. Everybody. We are red, white, and blue. Americans. We're not this group, that group, another group. We are the United States of America. We need to get back to the United States of America. And that starts with unity. And we have no unity. We have absolutely zero. Count it again. Zero unity in this country. Think about it. We need freedom fighters. Yes, we do. That's what sickens me, when people want to have something divide a group that's doing fantastic. Any group that's doing fantastic. I don't care who they are. They're going to find something to try to tear it down, because Satan hates somebody to succeed. And this is good against evil. no matter what religion you're in, it's good versus evil. And what we're seeing on the other side is pure evil. Pure evil. Nothing else. And if you want to be evil, stay with them and we'll fight against you. We'll fight tooth and nail against you. If you want to do the evil stuff, that's your prerogative. But guess what? I'm coming after you. Anybody I stand with is coming after you. Mark my words. We're going to be peaceful. We're going to be loving. But we're going to be there. And you're going to know we're there. We're not over. Not by a long shot. We haven't begun. We have not begun. I guarantee you. And this is a rallying cry right here. If you want to join me, join me. If you don't, just stay out of my way. Because I'm here to stay. No matter what anybody. Somebody said it takes tough skin to be a live streamer. Well, yes, it does. Yes, it does. Because people talk about you. They have about me so much because I'm not that popular. I don't have that many followers. It don't matter. But mark my words. They'll come after me. I know it. And I'm ready. Because I do have a thick skin. I do have a thick skin. I've been through a lot. I've fought a lot of fights. I've lost a lot and I've won a lot. But in this, I know I'm right. And you know I'm right. So let me know. We'll get together and we'll get this thing done. Come hell or high water. If you're in Florida, get in contact with me or Aruba. We'll be glad to point you the way we're going. And I think both of us are the same mind on how Florida should be as far as unity with other groups and participation. I think we're of the same mind. But if you want freedom, I'm your friend. I'm here for you. Because that's exactly what I want. I want these freedoms brought back. Everything we do is taxed. As I said before, everything we do is taxed. Trying to raise our gas prices up, trying to wreck our economy, and they think it's going to get better. I keep pondering, why destroy the country? To bring a world order? Is that going to be better? I can't see. That is so true, Annie. And we got to get, somehow we got to get beyond that. We got to get beyond, the mission is freedom. The mission is totally freedom. And bring back the way of life we used to have. There's so many freedoms that are gone that we don't realize they're gone. It's bad when you can't even put a name on something. It's what's really bad. They've done it so slickly that people forgot that they had the right to do this or they had the right to do that. They've got little things written inside of a 2,000-page document or more. The one big thing got me, it was 3 years on the getting your refund for your taxes. If you don't get your refund within 3 years, it goes to the Federal Reserve. You don't get a refund. Where that is in their law, I have no idea. But they'll show it to you if they owe you and you're beyond 3 years. It's little things like that here and there that's buried deep. Buried deep. When, you know, a lot of people never even see it, never even hear about it. How the banks can come and take your home and you can't do a God blessed thing about it. Excuse me, but I'm talking to the Lord to bless me on it. But I've been through it. You can be in the middle of probate, and the judge can say, "Well, give it to the bank." That's our laws today. Things hidden from people that they don't know that pop up and get them in a heartbeat. It's a gotcha society, and they'll get you coming and going. So we had to get over this. We're only doing one way or not the other. We have to do everything. We have to go after everything. And there's going to be a lot of movements that don't want to cooperate with others. And that's the sad reality. But we have to do our share. We have to get out there and do it. Do it. Do it. Till we drop. That's what it comes down to. If we don't do it, nobody will. I'm imploring everybody. This is really a holy war. Good versus evil. Which side are you on? Good versus evil. I don't know. I know. I want the good to win. Most definitely. Most definitely. But there's a lot of nitpicking going on that needs to stop. If you have a problem with an individual, take it up with the individual. Leave the group out of it. That's another big thing. Leave the group out of it. The way we used to do it when I was young, we'd go out behind the gym. You heard that among Trump and Biden the last election. You know, he's going to take them around the woodshed. Yeah, we used to handle it that way, and it was handled right, wrong, or indifferent. That can't do that no more. No more freedom. No more freedom to fight your own battles. We got to get an attorney and 10 lawyers and the whole police department. No more doing things for yourself. A lot of people got hurt, but we grew up strong. We never thought of anything about calling each other names. That didn't bother us. That famous quote, you know, sticks and stones. We live by it. And some people got hurt, but most didn't. We got to, I don't know, think about things. Think about things in reality, you know. How do we want things to be? How do we want to live our lives? We want to be ruled upon, or do we want to have a say in what we do and how we believe and how we live? And it's coming down to that very point. Coming down strong. Well, we won't have any say in anything. We'll be just some number on a card somewhere. No identity. Income, what the government gives us. Working our tails off to please them. Not taking anything home to our families, just that whatever new money it's going to be, that Mark I hate to even think what it's going to be like if we don't change things around. We can sit here right now and just think about it. What say you? How do you think it'll turn out if we don't do anything? I must have put everybody to sleep. Did I put everybody to sleep? I have a way of doing that. But see how long we've been on? An hour. That's all. It seems like it's been a while. That is a big problem, Annie. We know that God's out there. We know that God is helping us. And we all should know that God wants us to fight the battle. He tells us to put his full armor on and go out there and do it. And if we don't do nothing, he can't work through us. He cannot work through us. We have to not be afraid and put that full armor on and go out there and fight. Fight the fight. Yeah, it has to affect somebody. We're in the age now where everything has to affect you first. But I don't think they want it to get to that point, realistically. Somehow or another, we have got to get to the point where they realize this is really happening. And if they haven't by now, I don't know. I don't know, because you talk about, you go in the grocery store and you talk to somebody and they're agitated about the prices and how gas, and they can't get groceries and they can't keep enough for their kids. And just everybody's in the same basket. And they know it. And they have the way to do something about it. They have a way to do it. We're trying to show them. Come join us. Help us. They're practically begging. Come help us. We want to do this. We want to get us out of this. But yet they want it to hit their front door. Crazy. Crazy. Go figure. Oh. Hi, Lala. How you doing tonight? Good to have you here. The leaders, are you talking about Biden or Trump? My coffee. Excuse me, just 1 second. We'll duck out my nose, get a picture of my hat. Don't tread on me. I love this hat. I don't know why. I do. I like to collect hats. I don't know. I rarely wear a hat. I mean, rarely. I've wore a few, but yeah, it has. Maybe at the most 20. I had one cowboy hat I used to wear all the time years ago, but they always told me if you wear hats, you go bald. Must be something to it. Above leaders. Whoop. They went crazy on me. Okay. I'm sorry. I guess I didn't catch it, Aruba. I didn't catch it. Maybe it'll come to me. Above leaders. I often wonder if he's preparing the leader for what is to come. So it remains at the door. Yep. I don't know. I love this hat though. You're right. That's one amazing person. And then I remembered where I knew him from. I had seen him on Will Johnson. Will Johnson interviewed him whenever they were in CPAC in Orlando. He interviewed Willie then, and a couple times afterwards online he interviewed him. But I've watched Will Johnson for years, even before the convoys. And he's big, so he don't get into little things here and there. He'd quite get into the convoys. There you go, Fry. I don't know that. You know how they talk about that. Everybody. It's genetics. Actually, what it is genetics. My dad kept his hair till pretty good. He lived to be 94. But yeah, we need to. I was online looking up his webpage. We need to get him to build his webpage up, help him get his numbers here in Florida going. Still needing funds for the race. That's the sad part. Yeah, Will Johnson's one fine Black conservative Christian. He is. He's 100% for God. And I agree with most everything he talks about. him and BCP, Quincy. And then I got to watch an Oreo with them, and so on and so forth. And then I started my page, Jesus Lives group. And then from there, I become Carrie's Musings. I still do both. I still do both for God and country, and love every minute of it. But I was noticing I haven't been on much this week at all. I did Jesus Lives group Thursday night a little bit, but I kind of took it easy. Got a little bit frustrated the first part of the week, but hopefully I got myself out of it. I'm sorry, I'm reading the comments and trying to keep up with everybody. That is entirely true, Annie. He sets us up for a purpose, and we got to heed the call. We've got to do what he tells us. Otherwise, our day will not go right at all. Anybody out there want to come in and help out? I'm trying to keep up with the chat so I can talk about the chats and what you want to talk about. But I don't know what's going on. I think I'm going to start a day. Pick. Well, let me run it by a few people first before I go out and say it. But anyway, just an idea popped in my head. Just a little idea. But I was thinking something on the line of having a poll of the best week, and then donating to Cash App for them for that live stream of the week. Maybe it'd help. I'm lost. Okay. So who's with me? Who's with me? Let me see an eye. We're going to do this. Make sure we spread it. Share it everywhere. Let's share everything. Share. Get it out there. People can see it. Listen to it. Talk about it. I want everybody to be talking about it. There you go, Fry. I did not watch the president's speech, unfortunately. I was thinking about doing the sunrise, but then it started drizzling rain here, and I laid down and that was it. Whoops. But one thing we're all depending on one man. We're all depending on Donald Trump. Is that a wise ambition? Is there anyone behind him? Unfortunately, right now, all we have is Ron DeSantis. But we need him in Florida, at least for another term. We need him to solidify Florida. And it's not solidified. If they have their way, we'll lose Florida and the country. Because the dividers are dividing Trump, DeSantis, Trump, DeSantis. It's not a good thing. Not a good thing. They need to get together and either one step out of the way or the other one, you know. But we can't have both of them lose both country and state. There's not really anybody in line here in Florida to take over right at this moment. Yeah, I saw that. I was on Tommy Tempers until I went to sleep. I slept through it. Yeah, I'm old. I guess I'm entitled to it. Had a really good stream. I was with him most of the day. If you want to watch the RSBN, it's on Rumble. It's probably unedited, where they can actually say what they want to. Oh, my sinuses are killing me. Was Friday? Did you watch the night that Tommy went and ate and left me at control of the show? I was like, okay. And they said, Kerry, how'd you get on here so much? He must like me. Yeah, I got to tell the kids good night. It's getting late. Where are you at? Okay. Got to tell them I love them. That's fine. I'm just saying, you know, he was talking today about how I popped up on his screen. Is Chaplain still in here? Not kind of on StreamYard. Ah, yeah, I can. I can go over here. Just me? No, I know that ain't right. It's showing all these names on here, and now I'm the only one participating. That's what it says. Let me try this. Crazy YouTube. Go figure. If I get this down pat, they'll change it. They'll change it on. Yeah, you guys are talking in code. There we go. He got me lost there. That's why I'm sitting here dumbfounded. What in the world are they talking about? Plus, I'm telling the youngins good night. I love them. I'm surprised they haven't called me. Anyway, now that I've got that, so I guess Chaplin's gone. If y'all haven't got the tracks that he sends out, go on his channel and get the tracks. He sends the Daily Bread. There's 6 months on it. Very, very good reading. And read the Bible in a year. Every time I get to this point, I'll sign off and somebody said, well, I'm going to come on. So I used to watch Wolfman, listen and watch Wolfman Jack all the time. Yes, sir. The Wolfman. Oh, tried to show my grandkids the Wolfman. They thought I was crazy. There you are. Oh. Thank you. I got your Daily Breads and stuff in the mail today. Really appreciate it. It'll give me some good reading for a while. Chaplain, you want to come in and talk about anything? Fry? I know you guys are like, yeah. Let's talk about the weather. I'm jumping back and forth here, see if maybe I'm missing something. Look at my save stuff. They have a replay on Facebook. Snowing I don't think this snow is ever going to end. Of course, we have till May. Snow's usually ended in May. But a lot of snow this year. A lot of snow. I was watching Gary today, and he was up in ice and snow. The road in front of him was like solid ice. I'm like, wow. It seemed like it was all in his lane, but I imagine if he changed lanes, it would look the same in all of them. 17 inches already. Whoa. Whoa. Busy at work. That's cool. Eating the bugs. Yeah. Okay, I have to talk. I'm sitting here thinking away, burning the brain cells, and I'm not talking. But what do y'all think about everybody wanting to hang back and wait on Trump? I think we need to get our thing done. We need to have our rallying cry and help Trump, but we cannot depend on one man. We just can't put our eggs in that one basket. We have to do everything in our power, everything we can do to slow down this momentum of what's going on. If not slow it down, stop it. Got to get it done. And we just cannot depend on one person. We have to get all of us together, unafraid, which right now we're a bunch of scaredy cats sitting around, woe is me. I can't do this. I just can't. I just can't give up what I got. Even though I might not have it tomorrow, I just can't give it up today. It's sad to think about the excuses you hear of why people want to sit on their duffs and not do anything. It's sad when you see them. They know what's going on. They know what's going to happen. And apparently they think, well, maybe I'll do okay. Maybe I can put a few pennies aside. Maybe I can get around it. Maybe it won't affect me. It's not the way it happens. Not the way it happens at all. It's going to affect every one of us. Liberal, LBTG, transsexuals, you name it. It's going to affect everybody. Everybody. You're going to say, well, that's not what you promised us. Well, guess what? You didn't do anything about it. And it's going to hit us all. Don't matter who we are. They're going to divide us and keep us divided. They're going to keep coming at us. They'll keep putting us down, holding us down. I got a hair coming up here, tickling my nose. Oh, I hate that. Oop. Let me get comfortable here. Kick my foot up. We can't get comfortable. We cannot get comfortable and act like status quo. We've got to get busy and do our job. Keep this country safe, no matter what it takes. Resign ourselves to getting back what we lost. It's going to be a hard battle. It'll be a hard battle. I have never seen anything, never ever in 73 years, switch back around. Now they have changed things and undone things, but a law is hard to change once they changed it and made it law. A big process to get it out of the way. But we got a lot of work to do. A lot of things to do. And we're going to need all types. We're going to need intellectuals, people that know the law, foot soldiers that go out and find out things on the street corner and in our office buildings, our county office buildings, state, you name it. People out there finding all this stuff, letting us know what's going on. We need to vet our people running for office. Find out if they're real conservative. Find out if they really live what they're preaching. Find out what their backgrounds are. And if they're good, stand behind them and get them in there. Keep these people out that's trying to get there to key strategic positions, as they would call it. And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get their people in key positions where they can make their transition easy. You get their people in there, because not all people's elected. A lot of people are put in there by the people that we vote in. Our voting rights are on the line. If we don't watch it and make this upcoming 2024 season, if we don't get it foolproof, Lord knows. It's just like everybody in their right mind knows when they went to bed that day in November at midnight, so far ahead it was impossible. Wake up to find that somebody that didn't have hardly anybody at any of their rallies come back and landslided it. Guess what? I don't buy it. I don't buy it. We need to keep our voting rights square. We need the electoral college. We need to keep it intact, where the small states have just as much voting right as the big states. If we didn't, 2 states could win the election, hands down. It don't matter. They could win it by themselves. The way our country is now, everybody's in the populated states of New York and California, and all the liberals there are there. If they get the electoral college out, they know that their 2 liberal states can take any election. They know this. Yes, you're right. Our J6ers gave everything. They gave it all. Guess what? There were a few bad apples in the crowd. There were a few bad actors. And I show that Ray Epps. That is pathetic. But you know what? These guys are going down in history as heroes. They will be heroes in our history. When all's said and done, they will be the heroes. And I can't wait till that day. Yeah, 1 day voting. That's the craziest. Oh my goodness. Yeah. 1 day voting. That's all we need. Who needs 6? Who needs 2 weeks? Who needs the whole month? Whoever come up with that crock. Yeah. Can't say it. Can't say it. Hey, Joshua, how you doing? We don't need 6 weeks to vote. If you can't vote in person, you got plenty of time to get an absentee ballot. Here in Florida, we got a almost perfect way to get your absentee ballot. You don't need all the time in the world. If you can't make it, get an absentee ballot. As far as this lingering on and on and on. They already know who won before, they tabulate those votes every day. If they didn't, we'd never know who won. They're trying to say they don't, but they do. They keep up with that stuff. Back when I was in the election process, when I was Otaker and clerk, we could not hook up a modem device to anything in the building during the election. The only line that was plugged in was the one that sent the results to the county, to the office, and that was on and off. Nothing else. Wasn't no leaving ballots in the back of a car or what have you. Any ballots were secure and taken straight to the county poll and given straight to them. We still have some problems in Florida, but voting, I'm sure that they can come in and do what they will on some of the machines. I guarantee there's problems with some of our machines here in Florida. Because like we know, they're all basically the same companies. But at least they try to keep it down to a low minimum where it would have to be an accident more than necessarily happen. Yeah, we can't be you're right, Lala. How can you change the voting law right before the election or right after the election or during the election? How can you do that? As many states have done, Georgia, Pennsylvania. How can we sit back and let that happen? Go Jeb Bush. No thanks. No thanks. On face value, yeah, he was a fair governor, but he was more whimsical than his brother and his dad. Yeah, I didn't like Bush in 2000. I didn't like Gore either. One of those hold your nose, Yeah, South Florida is still a hotbed for bad voting. They're trying to clean it up, but you have different type voters down there. You have the different populations from the small towns in Miami proper and different categories every which way in Miami-Dade. It's something else. You have people from different areas of the world that in their own little communities, all segregated. You have Liberty City and basically all of them are different nationality populations, and it's all segregated. It's a tough nut to crack, and they don't like each other. In fact, there's streets that you can go right off the interstate in Miami, and they'll stop you before you go into it, tell you, no, you can't get off here because it's too unsafe. I used to deliver film, had guys deliver film to a place near the airport in Liberty City, and they had a bank vault window at their receiving dock where they passed everything through it. They didn't open the door. They'd back the truck up, they'd open the doors to the truck, and it was all secure there with barbed wire and everything. So people couldn't get in and disrupt them unloading and loading their trucks. Every state in this country can count their votes in one day. They don't need a big computer to do it either. You stick those cards in the voting machine, it counts them out. You don't even need connected to the internet. You get your total vote, you can call it out. You can set it out in the text. What have you? It's all done right there. We closed up at 7 o'clock in Florida. By 7:05, we had the tally on the front door. All of our unused ballots put back, counted, a red band around it where we'd stopped. Everything was all done. Billy Bob, I got this from William Montigna. I said it quick, but he's running for District 10 here in Florida. Good fellow. And he was at our rally. If you watch our rally Saturday, he gave a fantastic speech, and this was I got this to donate to his funds. And he had his hats for donations. I love it, the Gator, and yeah. Don't tread on me. I have the don't tread on me on the back of my Freedom Jalopy. So I got don't tread on me on my hat. These elections in other states are, we sit back and watch it, and it's like, how can they do such things? I mean, we all know there was a lot of crookedness going on, and they even admitted to a lot of it. But come and catch me. That's their thing. Come and catch me at it. Thank you very much. I'll check and see. Maybe I can get them out online. I'll try to find out. But they are an awesome hat. I love it. I don't know. I just, yeah, I had to have it. I had to have it. So keep Lala and Aruba, keep that idea in mind about the hat. I'm not sure whether he has it. I didn't see it on his YouTube page. Let me write his name down. I'm probably spelling it wrong. Montague, UE. I believe that's it. Correct me if I'm wrong. The wrong. wrong way. Can you see that? It's not written to it's in cursive, so Montague. Montague. I did spell it right, right? Fantastic individual. I'm telling you, I was so impressed. I can't go on enough about how impressed I was. We need a million more just like that. A million more. Believe me. And sit there, and his family, awesome family. Awesome. Sit there, enjoyed their time with us, talked to us afterwards and before. Awesome family. It really does your heart good to see people like that. Know that they are out there. They are working for you. They are trying. It's really uplifting. That's why these rallies and get-togethers are crucial. They're crucial. There you go, Dr. Willie. There, yeah, that's it. That's it, Lala. I forgot the doctor. But if you're in Florida, that's our man right now, man of the hour. We need to help him get his money up and get on the ballot. It's a crime, you know. It's a crime, the money that people have to pay to get their names on the ballot anymore. That's one of our freedoms. They made it a money issue. That's one of our issues. Used to be that all you had to do was get signatures. But now you got to get the dollar amount. And they were saying that a lot of these campaigns, a 1 minute commercial is $20 million. A 1 minute commercial. And these people that putting out the commercials get 20% of that. It's a money-making gimmick. For what? How are you buying the election? Are we buying elections with that money? What? The rule of law is supposed to be that we're supposed to be able to run for office to represent our country, to represent wherever we're from, not come up and buy our way into it or pay our way into it. I know it costs money, but that comes from donors and what have you. But to put a dollar amount on it, like they were saying, the presidential election would cost billions. Who has that type of cash? We don't have that. The normal person cannot run for office in this country anymore. Your everyday down-to-earth person cannot run for political office of any kind. Now, we're talking about a district here, and he needed $11,000 to get his name on the ballot. That's a crime in itself. If we just look back and see these freedoms have been stripped away from us, and that is a freedom to run for office. That is one of our God-given rights. You have to have so much money to be able to get on it. I can see the signatures, but I can't see the money. That's ridiculous. That's not for the everyday folks. That's for the rich and powerful. That tells me it's all rich and powerful. Oh, lawyers and big names. How do we correct it? We stand strong together and make them correct it. Change this crap that we're going through. I just blanked out there for a second. I missed something. Okay. Okay. I missed some of the chat. I'm trying to catch up. So that wasn't his wife? Special interest people. Yep. We have to draw the line in the sand. We definitely had to draw the line in the sand and said, we cannot take this anymore. We won't take it anymore. We had to be strong enough to do it. Very strong. Very strong. And do me a favor. Just sit down and write down the freedoms you know you've lost. Every one of us. And somehow or another we get it all together and read them off. You can either email it to me at proton.me. Email it to me. It's on the about section in my on my page. You can email to proton.me. Carrie's Musings at proton.me. Let me know what freedoms you've lost. Or everybody, let's compile a list. See what we can do. Everybody agree? I forgot. I'm Memorex. Okay. Well, if nobody wants to join me, I could ramble on all night, but it probably wouldn't make sense. And sometimes it takes me a while to get that good idea up there. I'll go lay down and I'll think of something right away. I guarantee it. I need to have a tape recorder to tape down what I think when I'm thinking, or write it down. 27 Claremont. They got a rusty truck. Yeah, Willie's going to be in Florida. Law Forgiven put it on there. Monday the 27th. This is coming Monday at 6:30. Money paint. Who's Lola? Lala. I call her Lala. Did I say Law Forgiven? Or did I say Law Forgiven? Money paid for high price taxes, insurance, food. Talk about the Second Amendment. Yeah. The Second Amendment needs to stand right where it is. Right where it is. It's perfectly stated what it's for and why it's there. And guess what? They're afraid of it. They are afraid of it. And the weapons they talk about are probably the lowest caliber weapon on the market, made to look like a super weapon. People don't know what they're talking about. Oh, and it's an assault rifle. It's an assault rifle. No, it's not an assault rifle. It's a glorified 22. A glorified 22. The weapon they keep describing. And easily accessible because that's what most people get. And people like pretty. People like blingy. It upsets me to no end when they start talking about rifles and weapons. You can have a handgun, which is probably quite more deadlier, easier to aim, easier to shoot, bigger chance for mistakes, because most people hold it sideways and shake. And most of them are illegal, not registered. Huh. There is nothing about the Second Amendment that they should change. Just like the young lady went before Congress here a while back, that her parents were killed in the church shooting, and she didn't have her gun in her. Her gun was in her purse in her car, locked up because of state law. And she could do nothing. But she looked at them in the eyes and she said, "You're the reason they're dead. You made this law where I could not use my weapon. Now my parents are dead because of it. The Second Amendment is to protect us from people like you." Think about it. I don't own a gun. I don't advocate. I don't even think about owning a gun. But it's my right as an American citizen to bear arms, to protect myself from that government that says they can send a cruise missile down on you, they can send a drone on you, they can send an F-16 down on you. What's my little pea shooter going to do then? And Joe Biden, what's my pea shooter going to do then? You threatening me with drones, F-16s, 22s, whatever you have? Big armies have been squashed with that mentality, even with pea shooters. Think about it, Joe Biden, and think about it, world. We have that right for one reason, like the girl said, to protect us from you, the government. And that's all I say. That's all I have to say. I should do more of this instead of laying back. I should tell my real feelings, which are pretty close in line to what I'm talking about. But I like to talk with people, not to people. That's me. I like to talk and it coming up in a conversation. But I think about this all the time, constantly, all this stuff over and over and over. And I tend to forget half of it. I never did have to write much down, but now I'm going to have to start it because I've never done this too much. So I guess I'm going to have to start reading notes. And yeah, today I come a little bit more prepared than I normally do. Usually I just come in and start showing things, but I'm getting it set up where I can show a few videos here and there and a few pictures. Yeah, StreamYard doesn't like pictures. They like PowerPoint presentations for some reason. I don't know, but I can use Prism. Prism's a lot easier to show pictures and videos. I don't have to have panels all the time, but I do love panels. I do love talking to people. I like to get people's point of view. I like to get to know where they're coming from and how they think. And the panels is one way that helps me, you know, it helps me get to know that individual. I really like that. Well, good night, Annie. Good having you with me. I'll probably end this shortly. I've probably done the longest by myself here that I've ever done. Amazing. Amazing. Hopefully I didn't bore everybody to death tonight. My biggest problem is the emojis. I cannot tell what emojis are in some of these. That's even oh, that's the state of Florida. It's blue on my phone. It's yellow on my computer. With Josh. Or is that a gun? That's a gun. Ay, 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 ay. Church in the morning. Yep, that's for sure. You have a good night. A lot forgiven. Glad to have you on here with me. Everybody, I love each and every one of you. Appreciate all of you coming out and spending time with me. But let's get this fight going. Let's get started. Let's quit bickering with each other. Let's stand united and get out there and stand for freedom. One thing, freedom. Stay united. That's all we can do. Unite, unite, unite. And forget the bickering and fighting each other. Stupid fights even. I mean, some of the stuff you hear is crazy. Crazy what they think of. And we don't need it. We don't need this backstabbing and fighting. We need to get together and work as one with everything. I can't make it any plainer. Unity. Unity. It's in our country's name, and there's nobody equal. There is nobody equal to another. It's impossible. Everybody's different. So forget the equality. There's always going to be somebody better than you. Always. You can strive to get up there. And that's the goal. To strive to be equal or more equal or whatever. But unity is the most important thing in our life. Most important between us and God and everything. Unity. With unity, we get our freedom. Without unity, we become slaves. Which do you want? Can't get any plainer. Good night, all. Had a good time. I love each and every one of you. And God bless America. God bless our troops. God bless you. I love each and every one of you. And I'll see you the next time. Good night, all.